Ariana Biermann bids emotional farewell to foreclosed home. RHOA alum, Ariana Biermann just gave an emotional farewell to her family's foreclosed Georgia mansion. They have been fighting for over 2 years to save the home, but now they are all packed up. Sadly, the children are the ones who are paying the price. Keep reading for all of the details. Ariana Biermann bids emotional farewell to foreclosed home. Fans first met Ariana Biermann when she was a little girl on RHOA. Her mother, Kim Zolciak, was on OG and a single parent to Ariana and her sister, Brielle Biermann. They lived in a townhouse and Kim was taken care of by a man named Big Papa. Yet when she met former pro football player, Kroy Biermann, it was love at first sight. He embraced her as she was and loved her 2 girls, even adopting them once they decided to make their love official. Together, they started a family and had 4 children plus starred in a RHOA spinoff, Don't Be Tardy. In the summer of 2022, their lavish Georgia mansion faced foreclosure, but they dodged it. This happened again in early 2023, but again, they got lucky and were saved. However, Kim and Kroy were in such incredible debt that their marriage suffered and they filed for divorce. It became horrifically toxic for their children, and Ariana was embarrassed by her mother's behavior. Now, it appears their home has officially been taken away. It was scheduled for auction as of early December 2024, but it is unclear if that happened. The home has been emptied and Kim called the police as she was trying to get her moving truck out of the driveway. Yet, she claimed Kroy was blocking her from leaving. In a sad twist, Ariana Biermann took fans on an Instagram tour of their vacant home. She was seen hugging her siblings and various items as she floated through the house and captioned the video. "Last Christmas in my childhood home. Thank you God for all the amazing memories of my family. Less than 3 goodbye. Kim's to blame." Ariana Biermann was visibly broken up about having to say goodbye to this home that held so many memories. However, fans and followers could not help but blame her mother, Kim Zolciak, for being irresponsible. "So sad your mom had to have all the stupid crap she didn't need. Kim has made millions of dollars in her career, and I'm so sad she didn't have this house paid off. Wishing all of you kiddos success and love moving forward." 12 years ago, Kim purchased this house for $800,000. She's made millions and didn't pay this house off. That's a shame. Some hoped that this would show Ariana how to be financially responsible and what not to do. She has already struggled with her mother posting clickbait posts and not telling her. This led Ariana to think that her father was sick or being unfaithful when it was all a ploy for cash. Ariana Biermann had always believed her childhood home would stand the test of time. Nestled in the heart of Atlanta's lush suburban sprawl, the sprawling Mediterranean-style mansion had been more than just a house. It was the cornerstone of her family's memories. From birthday parties that rivaled carnival fairs to quiet Sunday mornings with the smell of fresh pancakes wafting from the kitchen, the home was a sanctuary. But life, as Ariana had come to understand, rarely follows the scripts we write in our heads. When news broke that the Biermann family home was under foreclosure, it felt like the final chapter of a story that had already seen too many twists and turns. For Ariana, who had grown up in front of cameras as part of Bravo's reality show Don't Be Tardy, this house symbolized both the public highs and private lows of her family's journey, and now she was about to say goodbye. The farewell visit. On a gray and drizzly morning, Ariana pulled up to the mansion for one final visit. She parked her car in the circular driveway that had once been the scene of family photos, prom send-offs, and countless deliveries of designer shopping hauls. The grandeur of the house still struck her. The tall arched windows, the ornate iron gates, the sprawling lawn now slightly overgrown with weeds. She walked through the front doors, which groaned softly as they opened. The house was eerily quiet, stripped of its usual vibrancy. The furniture had already been moved out, leaving the cavernous space echoing with memories. Her footsteps reverberated as she stepped into the foyer, where the grand chandelier still hung, though its brilliance seemed dimmed by the weight of what was happening. "I thought this place would always be ours," Ariana whispered to herself, running her fingers along the cold marble banister of the staircase. Room by room, each room she entered carried its own flood of memories. The living room, with its towering ceilings, had hosted countless family gatherings. Ariana could almost hear the faint echoes of laughter and see her younger self sprawled on the plush couch, watching her mother, Kim Biermann, rehearse lines for Real Housewives of Atlanta confessionals. The kitchen was next, the heart of the home. Ariana stood by the oversized island where she and her siblings had helped their mom bake cookies during the holidays. The faint scent of vanilla still seemed to linger, though she knew it was only her imagination. She could see her stepfather, Biermann, leaning against the counter, teasing her about how much frosting she'd sneak when no one was looking. And then there was her bedroom. It felt smaller without the furniture, though the pale pink walls she had chosen as a teenager remained. Her eyes fell on the spot where her bed had been, where she had spent countless nights FaceTiming friends, journaling about her dreams, and more recently crying over the loss of this home. She sat down on the carpet, cross-legged, letting the emotions wash over her. "Goodbye," she murmured, her voice breaking. "Thank you for everything." A family legacy. For Ariana, the house represented her family's resilience as much as its struggles. She thought about her parents, who had built their life together here. Kim's larger-than-life personality had filled every corner of the home, while Kroy's steady presence had grounded them all. They had created a blended family, Ariana, her sister Brielle, and their younger siblings, that thrived despite the chaos of reality TV and public scrutiny. But the financial troubles that had plagued them in recent years had chipped away at that stability. Foreclosure wasn't just a loss of property, it felt like a failure, a culmination of pressures too heavy to bear. Yet, Ariana didn't blame her parents. Life happens, she reminded herself, and the most important thing, her family, remained intact. A quiet goodbye. As the day wore on, Ariana made her way to the backyard. The pool glistened under the overcast sky, its waters still and reflective. She sat on the edge, dipping her fingers in, remembering summer days filled with cannonballs and watermelon slices. It had been her happy place. A small patch of roses still bloomed by the fence, planted by her mother years ago. Ariana knelt down, plucking a single flower. She held it close, inhaling its sweet fragrance. "One last keepsake," she said softly. Before leaving, she stood at the front of the house, looking up at its grand facade one last time. Her heart ached, but she knew this was not the end. "Homes can change," she whispered, "but family doesn't." Moving forward. Driving away, Ariana's mind shifted to the future. She thought about the new chapter waiting for her family. They might not have the sprawling mansion anymore, but they had each other. And wherever they ended up next, they would bring with them the love and memories that made their house a home. As she turned onto the main road, leaving the house behind, Ariana allowed herself one final glance in the rearview mirror. The mansion stood tall, its silhouette blurred by the misty rain. It wasn't just a house, she realized. It was a symbol of where they had been, and now it was time to move forward. For Ariana Biermann, this farewell wasn't just about saying goodbye to a foreclosed property. It was about embracing the next phase of her life with grace and gratitude. And while she knew it wouldn't be easy, she also knew she had the strength to carry the best parts of her past with her into the future.